What would Diddy interpret?
Yeah, that video, wow, man, I still can't believe what I seen. And I remember you told me that, Diddy, he smacked his own mom. And to be honest with you, man, I really didn't believe it.
I felt obliged to begin with the latest on Sean Diddy Combs, currently sitting in jail awaiting trial on
For decades, Sean Diddy Combs built a music empire that seemed untouchable. But as more allegations come to light, the cracks in his legacy are becoming impossible to ignore. Now, former industry insiders are stepping forward to expose what really happened behind the scenes, including Danyel Smith, who was once at the center of hip-hop journalism as Vibe's editor-in-chief. With the Fall of Diddy documentary shedding light on disturbing truths, Smith is finally revealing the pressure, threats, and chaos she faced while dealing with Diddy. And according to her, what's coming out now is only the beginning.
But she did endure a scary professional situation with him. So it's titled, I Knew Diddy. This is from the New York Times. I knew Diddy for years. What I now remember haunts me, okay? So a thing happened between Sean Combs and me, unlike what he has been accused of over the last 8 months, which occurred between us, was not sexual, it was professional. Demonstrative of the way dynamic and domineering men move in our heyday. Combs and I worked together a lot, competed in our way. So often I thought I came out on top. I was mistaken. I had reason to fear my life. What happened was insidious. It broke my brain. I forgot the worst part of it for 27 years.
Could this be the moment that finally ends Diddy's reign of intimidation? Or will his connections in the industry continue to shield him from the consequences of his actions? Danyel Smith's time as Vibe's editor-in-chief placed her in direct contact with Diddy, and according to her, those interactions were anything but normal. She has revealed that Diddy scared her over a cover photo, allegedly using his power to control how he was portrayed in the media. If a high-ranking journalist like Smith was feeling pressured, how many other industry insiders were forced to stay silent?
Hey everyone, I'm here with a quick story. It is on Diddy. There is this, let me just get her name so I won't mispronounce her name or say her name wrong. I know her first name is Danielle. I want to say, what is her last name? Well, her name is Danielle. We'll stick with Danielle for right now because I'm going to go into the whole story. And if you join me on my live tonight, this was part of my live, this particular story. And this is yet again, unfortunately, another one of Diddy's victims. A young lady that is telling a Diddy story. She knew Diddy for years, and there was a professional situation between these two. She said that haunted her to the point where she felt like her brain was broken because she just could not remember all the details of the story. She just remembered it happened, and she had other professionals that were working with her and Vibe magazine at the time that reminded her.
One of the most shocking allegations is that Diddy didn't just try to control the media. He allegedly went as far as stealing Vibe servers to remove content he didn't like. This level of power and influence suggests he was willing to go to extreme lengths to protect his image. If he could manipulate the press this way, it raises the question, what other information has been erased or buried over the years?
What would Diddy interpret? When reading the word vibe.
It's a female. So this is not Diddy's type. Maybe I don't know. If it was me, it would have been probably like, hey man, might have to clutch, walk like this. Make sure there is no soap out here.
Yeah.
Near this dude. But yeah. Can I continue?
The vibe is probably what Mace found.
While Diddy's business dealings have long been questioned, his personal life is now under scrutiny as well. Reports claim that he once slapped his own mother in front of colleagues, shocking even those who were used to his erratic behavior. If he was capable of treating his own family this way, it adds even more weight to the disturbing allegations against him.
But you said that he told you personally that he seen Diddy smack his own mom?
I could believe that. I could believe Kirk Burrows. I could believe it. I believe Kirk Burrows when he said that. Kirk has no reason to lie on Diddy when in fact he lied for Diddy and went to jail for Diddy. But that's what happens when you love somebody.
What you mean he went to jail for him? I never heard that before. He went to jail for Diddy?
The federal government was looking for information. Yo, bro, they've been looking for stuff on Puff for a long time. And Kirk Burrows was hiding documents and ledgers and all this other stuff.
Danyel Smith didn't just expose what she experienced personally, she also revealed that Diddy allegedly threatened multiple celebrities, including Marlon Wayans, Jennifer Lopez, and Ben Affleck. These claims paint a picture of a man who used fear and intimidation to maintain control over not just the industry, but even A-list celebrities.
All right, y'all, so let's get into this. This is, the headline reads, Sean Diddy Combs allegedly threatened to see Vibe EIC dead in the trunk of a car over magazine cover. So in a personal essay, Danyel Smith claimed that the rapper and producer made the threat after demanding to see the cover for the magazine's January 1997 issue. Sean Diddy Combs allegedly threatened that former Vibe magazine editor-in-chief Danyel Smith would be dead in the trunk of her car after she refused to let him see his magazine cover ahead of publication. In a personal essay published in the New York Times Magazine on Friday, Smith wrote that in 1997 she selected Combs as a cover star for Vibe magazine's January double issue.
After recent footage of Diddy physically abusing Cassie surfaced, sports analyst Stephen A. Smith joined the wave of public figures condemning him. His outrage reflects the growing sentiment that Diddy's time in power is coming to an end. With more people speaking out, the question remains, how much longer can Diddy keep escaping accountability?
I wanted to clear right here over these digital airwaves of YouTube that the career of Sean P. Diddy Combs, as we know it, it's over. This shit is over. It's over in the worst possible way, one of the worst possible ways you can imagine. These are the latest developments, okay? Exclusive surveillance video obtained by CNN appears to show, and she either shoved him or hit him, and then he check left hooked her and hit her and knocked her face into the bar inside the elevator. She hit her head to it, and then she laid on the floor unconscious in the elevator, straight up knocked out. And then after that, he didn't even pick her up and he dragged her out of the elevator. This video allegedly, supposedly, presumably, seemingly, whatever word's appropriate, with P. Diddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs. This is worse. We saw those videos. We saw the video from Atlantic City with Ray Rice years ago. We saw that many times over.
Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, has made shocking claims about his former boss, revealing that Diddy allegedly planned to hook all Danity Kane members on drugs and exploit them. If true, this allegation highlights a disturbing pattern of manipulation and control over young artists.
They have indies, non-disclosure. That means that if you work for them, you around them, you can't disclose any of the information about them. But there's some artists that didn't say anything, that didn't sign it, and they able to talk about anything they want to. And I think that's those girls that was, I think Danity Kane. I think a couple of them didn't sign it. And boy, oh boy, they probably gonna go after him too. Cause I heard him, and I'm giving you this, Aubrey. He stood up there and he said, in front of a lot of people, we were in the studio, and I said something to him and walked out the studio. He said, yo.
As more allegations surface, even comedians are taking shots at Diddy. D.L. Hewley recently joked that every morning he wakes up relieved that he isn't puffy, showing just how toxic Diddy's reputation has become. When even Hollywood insiders start publicly ridiculing someone,
every day I wake up, I'm like, I'm glad I ain't Puffy.
Right.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, man.
Damn. Like
He started there. Jesus.
He went from a private jet to a bike. I'm not
in Miami, no, for real.
From a private jet to a bike.
He was riding that bike. That's true.
Then you know, hey man, I haven't trusted Puffy since he came up with Peach Ciroc. And I was like, any nigga that come up with peaches and vodka.
Oh man.
But
suspect.
Remember the district attorney, the prosecutor with the evidence, the AK-47 with the serial number scratched out.
Yeah, man. How do you have that still?
1,000 bottles of baby. Nick Cannon got 900 kids and he ain't got 1,000 bottles of baby.
Hey man, and I tell the neighborhood, I'm like, man, just with patterns of growing up, like
between you, Nick, and Elliot, Eli Musk, we ain't got no baby boy.
Yeah, man.
Then the KYJ, but the 800 dildos. Like, I want to know who is the dildo wrangler.
They said they found 800. Wait, hold on.
I never heard about that.
They found 800.
Yes, they say 800 dildos.
No, bro.
Like, yeah, and all the women. No wonder my dildos on back order. I have to mess with the rows now.
Former Danity Kane member Aubrey O'Day has previously spoken out about Diddy's controlling nature. She recently revealed that he sent legal documentation to claim ownership over the group's music, further proving his iron grip over those who worked under him. With more former artists coming forward, Diddy's legacy as a music mogul is being dismantled piece by piece.
Any claims or wrongdoings or actions prior to the date of the release, I have to sign an NDA that I will never disparage Puff, Bad Boy, Janice Combs, or Justin Combs' music, or EMI, or Sony ever in public.
So that you just got recently for this stuff?
I got it a few months ago when he started doing this. So what's happening is artists, some of them, not all of them, are being given streaming royalties and ownership back over our publishing on songs that we wrote at a time when you know that you have to stream a song 1,000,000 times to make a cent.
Yeah.
Okay, it's hundreds of dollars, and me as somebody that's a girl's girl, I hit everyone in my group and said, absolutely do not take this deal.
Despite all the chaos surrounding him, some reports suggest that Diddy is still managing to run things, even while behind bars. Could he still be pulling strings to protect himself? If true, it raises even more concerns about whether he will ever face true justice.
I felt obliged to begin with the latest on Sean Diddy Combs, currently sitting in jail awaiting trial on federal trafficking and racketeering charges. P. Diddy Combs and his legal team scored a victory yesterday when the judge overseeing the case said prosecutors are not allowed to use jailhouse notes taken during a raid of his cell. Combs reportedly had 19 pages of handwritten notes for his team, and the judge ruled those notes are subject to attorney-client privilege. Combs' legal team scored another legal victory yesterday when the judge ruled the music mogul can appear in court without shackles around his legs. And every time you hear something about P. Diddy, all right, and you hear about his denials, and then you see him win one little victory after another, it does beg the question, how much winning is he literally capable of doing against the Southern District of New York and beyond in terms of the cases that are being levied against him? I'm looking at stuff like this and I'm watching it with a fine-tooth comb because I want to see how many small victories is he going to accumulate in an effort to ultimately get himself out of jail. Yes, he's in prison right now. He's in jail right now, okay? Right there in Brooklyn, New York. He doesn't appear to be getting out anytime soon. There is going to be a trial that's taking place this spring. We know all of that. But anytime you've got situations where evidence is considered non-admissible and the prosecution can't use it against you, that makes it harder.
Danyel Smith's revelations, combined with the release of the Fall of Diddy documentary, have further exposed the dark side of one of hip-hop's most powerful figures. The stories of threats, intimidation, and control paint a picture of a man who ruled through fear, but now that empire is crumbling.
Pipped them out to my nigga. He said, I'ma drug them out. I'ma get them all on drugs. And I'ma pimp their ass out to my... And I was like, there's somebody kids. And walked out. And it's somebody that heard me. I mean, well, it's not only somebody that heard me, it's somebody that I know who was in the studio at the time it happened, and I still talk to him today.
As more voices come forward, the tide is turning. Celebrities, journalists, and former employees are all speaking out, and the industry is no longer protecting him. The real question now is, will Diddy finally face the consequences of his actions, or does he still have enough power left to escape justice once again?